Have you ever thought, there's got to be a better and simple way to learn organizational strategies? 5 Minutes Learning has a global and diverse collection of case studies to help management students. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our upcoming and interesting case studies. In American history, Starbucks is one of the most successful companies. From humble beginnings, the company has worked its way up to the top. From a small building in Seattle's Pike Place market, there are now more than 20,000 locations worldwide. Additionally, Starbucks convenience store locations add to the chain's appeal, as there is a Starbucks on almost every corner. As of 2019, the company operated 15,049 locations in the U.S. and 16,207 locations internationally. You may have noticed something when you visited downtown Seattle or Manhattan: Starbucks are everywhere. Despite its efforts to establish outlets everywhere, Starbucks ultimately loses out due to cannibalization. In addition, Starbucks does offer tea, but its specialty remains high-quality gourmet coffee. Last but not least, switching costs are low, so customers will switch to those who can meet their coffee needs. In order to compete with others like McCoffee, Starbucks should have a more reasonable price strategy. In order to drive sales, the company relies on consumer discretionary spending. Later, by closing 600 stores in the United States, Starbucks acknowledges that growth is limited. In February 2007, a leaked internal memo written by founder Howard Schultz showed that he recognized the problem that his own growth strategy had created. Stores no longer have the soul of the past and reflect a chain of stores, versus the warm feeling of a neighborhood store. The company created and sold its own music and offered Wi-Fi through innovation. In recent years, Starbucks has tried to put the focus back on coffee, revitalizing the quality of its standard beverages. However, none of these moves addresses Starbucks' fundamental problem, which is attempting to command a premium price for a bland experience. The only way to restore the exclusivity of a brand is either to cut prices or to cut distribution. Expect the 600 store closings to be the first of a series of downsizing announcements. In marketing, sometimes less is more. The mission of Schultz was to bring Italian coffeehouses to the American mass market. Wall Street bought into the vision of Starbucks as the third place after home and work. The stock price was fueled by new store openings and new product launches. Starbucks' strategy of chasing quarterly earnings growth targets undermined the brand in 3 ways sooner or later. First, early adopters who enjoyed the club-like atmosphere of a quality cup of coffee were in the minority. As Starbucks grew, it increasingly appealed to grab-and-go customers, who preferred speedy deliveries over recognition and conversation with baristas. To cater to this second segment, Starbucks introduced new store formats like Express. But many Starbucks veterans have now switched to more upscale brands such as Peet's and Caribou. Second, Starbucks introduced many new products to broaden its appeal. These new products undercut the integrity of the Starbucks brand for coffee purists. A more complex drink menu also challenged baristas. With over half of customers customizing their drinks, baristas had no time to speak with them. The brand experience declined as waiting times increased. As McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts improved their coffee offerings at much lower prices, the price premium for a Starbucks coffee seemed less justifiable. Third, opening new stores and launching a blizzard of new products leads to only superficial growth. Such strategies divert management's attention from improving same-store sales year over year. Local store managers have to earn brand loyalty and increase purchase frequency in their neighborhood, one customer at a time. When additional stores open nearby, the efforts of that store manager are undermined. When saturation occurs, existing store sales are cannibalized, damaging both brand health and manager morale. None of these things would have happened if Starbucks had stayed private and grown at a more controlled pace. It is very challenging to continue to be a luxury brand while trading as a public company. Tiffany faces a similar problem. That's why many luxury brands like Prada remain family businesses or are controlled by private investors. They can stay small, exclusive, and premium priced by limiting their distribution to selected stores in the major international cities. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Do not forget to subscribe this YouTube channel for receiving updates about my upcoming case study videos.